99X, it's Barnes and Leslie, and for the first time ever, Indigo Girls are here. Both of them, because Steve Craig has been hiding their information for all these years.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
We finally broke through. So this weekend on Sunday is the big show, and this is going to be a fun night. You guys have a lot of guests. Sean Mullins, Matthew Sweet. Who else? Any surprises that we don't know yet?
Charlie Starr and Benji Shanks from Blackberry
Nice.
Smoke. Well, Kevin Kinney is hosting.
Yep.
And so, that makes it a fun event no matter what. And we'll all sing with each other, and Matthew Sweet's going to be there, and Sean Mullins, and as you said, and it's going to be great. I don't know who else is going to show up, actually. We don't ever know until the weekend, so.
That's what's great about that show. It's so loose.
Yeah, it's loose.
I love that this is becoming a thing, revival, because, it started last year, but obviously in honor of all of the historic theaters in Georgia, I've got to think, how many venues have you not played in Atlanta? Like, you had to have played almost all of them throughout your career, right?
We've played a lot of venues in Atlanta. It's true.
We've played venues that have come and gone. We've played venues when our parents were the only ones in the audience. We go back that far. So Atlanta is home.
Well, it worked out okay. How many Grammys did you win? 4, 5, 6?
It's like amazing.
How many?
One.
We won
Just
one.
You've been renominated, though, for several.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of nominations and we won one.
Well, that's all you need. You got the one. You're good.
We're fine.
I'm really excited and can't wait to see this documentary. It's Only Life After All.
Yes.
Love the title. Can you kind of walk us through how this happened and how long had you worked on this documentary? Was it years in the making?
We have a friend from Atlanta, Kathleen Horan. She introduced us to the director, who's Alexandria Bombach, who did an incredible job with the film. And Alexandria, we saw a film of hers called On Her Shoulders, which really impressed us. And so we knew that she was high caliber director, good creative person. And we didn't really want a film made about us. So we met with her and she asked us if she could do this. And we said, well, you can do it as long as it's not about us. So we laughed about that. And but we really wanted her to capture the power of our community, which has brought us to life and held us all these years and keeps holding us. And so she, with her crew, came out on the road with us, and we mic'd us up, and she filmed us. And it happened over the pandemic, so it was like a period of 3 to 4 years. She ended up, Amy, how many hours did she edit? Because Amy had treasure troves of footage. Amy's dad was a fantastic documentarian, and so Amy has the same thread in her, and she had all these cassette tapes of us in high school, and she provided that for Alexandria. I think she had 3,000 hours, 1,000 hours of,
I think 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
Wow. Of archives. But she spent 3 years on it, so it was down in the editing room. I mean, they followed us on the road, though, and did a lot of footage. They did a lot of interviews with us, or one kind of really long one, and then on the road they would interview us some. And The Office had a lot of footage, and Sony, came up with some stuff for them. And so she basically sat down in a basement and edited for, 3 years or something off and on. It was a long process for her just to figure out how to whittle it down to a film, and but she's a great director. She's a great editor. That's a real key.
Where will this be streaming? Because I know you had a run in theaters, right, earlier in April.
Yeah.
Where now?
Yeah.
When will we see it?
And I don't know. I think it's got to finish its run.
Okay.
And then it'll start streaming. Oh God, I can't even remember. Is it Netflix? I can't remember. Yeah, it's soon.
What a great snapshot, though. You've made your career all about other people and all about other groups and using your platform to speak up for them. So I love that your ground rules were that it can't be about us.
And I love that because you found someone you trusted.
Yeah.
We didn't know what the film was going to end up being like. We had no idea. We were just answering questions and going with the flow. And she put it together.
Because once the filmmaker, it's not our baby at all. We really had nothing to do with it. Actually, after everything was said and done, it's all in her hands, So she did a fantastic job, and we're just, we have a lot of respect for her as a filmmaker, and we're thankful that it got made, honestly.
Well, I want to spike one of your new songs. As we keep on the movie theme, of course, we talked about Barbie earlier and all that that's brought you and all the fun that was. And you're also taking center stage in another new film, the jukebox musical romance Glitter and Doom, which is out now. And I love this new song, What We Want to Be. And that is on the soundtrack, right?
Yeah, it's the end. It's, those end title, end credit songs.
Yeah.
It's like the song for that. And, yeah, I guess it's on the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's got it's got that classic Indigo Girls feel, though. What's the story behind this song?
Well, they asked us to write something that was harkened back, to the early days and that captured the film. And we were each kind of giving a shot at it. And I think at that moment I had more time than Emily, maybe at home or something. And I just started writing a song. I read the script a bunch of times. We had already read it once or twice. The movie had been almost finished. So I just took the story that I thought was pretty compelling and wrote my own song about it,
Great song.
What I thought about it.
Yeah, we're talking about this new movie, Glitter and Doom, and you've got, is it 25 songs on the soundtrack?
I haven't counted them. It's very comprehensive. I mean, we sometimes we get scripts, solicitations, whatever. Amy and I were both impressed by this script, and Corey and Tom are the two men. Corey wrote it, and Tom Gustafson directed it. And so we said, yes, we're interested in this. But the music, it was all put together, arranged by Michelle Shamuel. And she ended up in the studio with me and Amy when we recorded What We Want to Be. And we, as we began hearing tracks, and her arrangements are so different from the ones that Amy and I put on albums and released. So we were really impressed with the creativity. So she just ended up doing a mashup of a lot of our songs, very creatively intertwining them. So I haven't even counted the songs, but I know that the music threads through the film in really a beautifully creative way, in a way that made me hear the songs in a new way, which was interesting to me as an audience member watching the film and going, oh, wow, this is really cool the way she used this song. And it made me feel like I was really watching something that I hadn't even been part of the creation of.
That's amazing.
Well, you talk about how you both took a crack at whatever time, at whatever song. And has there ever been a song that came to the table and one of you was like, I don't want it. Nope, nope, nope. And then it went on to be a big hit.
No.
Nothing that's been a hit. There's definitely songs that we bring to the table and the other person maybe, it's not that you don't like it. You just think like, this sounds like something you should do by yourself.
Do it on your solo album.
It's more of a solo song.
Yeah, that's just funny.
But none of those have ever been big hits. Although there is a song that Emily and Kristen Hall wrote on her solo record called Match that when Emily played it for me, I was like, I want to do that song. And then they did it. Emily did it on the solo record. So, and I think that's one of the best songs on Glitter and Doom on the soundtrack to me. And it's used in a really cool scene. And so for people that hadn't been exposed to Emily's solo music, they're going to hear that song. And I think that song's a hit, personally.
Love it. Have to take a quick break. More with the Indigo Girls. Amy's here, Emily's here, and this is the original It Is 99X.